Hello, everyone. I'm just waiting for more people to come on in. Um, and this is an important live stream that I'm doing right now. Doing an update of a situation in my hometown of Washington, D.C., the DMV, we call it, dealing with an orange haze that came from the Canadian wildfires that hit New York, and now hitting the D.C. area, Maryland, Virginia, and there's reports the reports that it's also happening in North Carolina. There's been an unconfirmed report that the orange haze is happening now, a little bit happening in North Carolina, parts of North Carolina. I'm going to keep you posted on that as well. But I'm waiting for more people to come on in on my live stream, an emergency live stream that's happening right now. So I'm just waiting for people to come on in. I hope you have a great Thursday, even though mm, should be better. Should be better. And I'm just waiting for a lot of people to come on in so we can talk about this. This is like breaking news of the situation that happened in yesterday in New York and now happened here in DC. There's reports that um, in Northern Virginia and parts of North Carolina, there's also reports that it's a little bit of orange haze there as well. So I'm going to wait for people to come on in, and we're going to talk about this development story right here because I want people to be informed and stay informed of what's happening in the East Coast. And there's some things I want to tell you guys as personal that I contact my mother, I contact my friends, and they said, I'm going to tell you more information and more people is coming in right now. Stevie J, what's good? Welcome to my live. I'm waiting for more people to come on in and we can discuss this breaking news, the development story, what's going on in not only in New York but in Washington D.C., in Maryland and Virginia and possibly in North Carolina. That orange haze is happening throughout the East Coast, the eastern seaboard. So, because we're already they said that that in DC alone, there's been reports that they're under a code purple. Under a code purple. Code purple is not good at all. It's worse than a code red. A code purple is very unhealthy. So we're gonna get to that until more people to come in, and this really isn't good, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't good. What's going on in DC right now? New York is. I heard New York is worse, and it came from a Canadian wildfires. Um, it's just really sad. So this is gonna wait for more and more people to come on in, and we're gonna talk about it. And I hope you guys have a good Thursday. Even though stuff, I'll say I'm staying prayer up in the East Coast from New York to possibly in North Carolina because it's already there's been reports, rumors that some orange haze has already hit the coastal part of Southern Virginia into northern North Carolina. Again, we're gonna keep you posted on that as well. This isn't good, guys. This isn't good. Wherever it is going on in Canada, it's affected the East Coast seaboard from New York to Philly, D.C., Jersey, and now Maryland. Maryland, Northern Virginia, and now now reports that it could hit from middle to Southern Virginia and parts of Northern North Carolina. So we're gonna like a wait and see type thing right now. Just hope for more people to come in, and hopefully that this is gonna get worse. Most of the people in the DC area, especially friends of mine, already say they have to wear a mask before they even go outside. Um, I talked to my mother, and I'm just gonna keep it real. I talked to my mother, and she said they couldn't even turn on the air conditioner because they fearing that all that stuff from the outside could affect their venting on the air conditioning vent where they are. So This is, I mean, hey, this is getting crazier and crazier, and my concern is with people that's. I mean, I talked to one of my best friends. She said that she couldn't herself. She couldn't even breathe. Imagine, imagine people who has if they don't have allergy problems or if they have health problems as a whole. Imagine that they cannot even breathe. They couldn't even go outside without a mask on. Imagine that. I'm just basically upset for a couple of reasons that the federal government it should issue a shutdown at least for today or for the next 5 days until everything is gone. But they're not doing it. People are coming into work as reports that people still coming to work, even though it's not even healthy enough to even go outside. So it's sad. It's sad that people still going to work or still going outside, even though even though it's not even good to go outside because in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia, which is the DMV alone, they're under a code purple, which is very unhealthy. It's not even safe enough to go outside. So make sure you like this live stream, share it, share this live stream to your friends, family, and for those of you that live in the East Coast, from New York to Virginia, prayers goes out to you guys right now because again, this isn't good. If y'all under a code purple, that is not good at all. It's very unhealthy conditions. So let me go ahead and start this live stream. And it's going. I ain't gonna be long because it's gonna be quick. But I'm just gonna inform you what's going on right now. Um, in the DC area, and like I told you before, that in the DC area, they're now under a code purple, which is very unhealthy conditions. Which means that people. I mean, one reporter said, if you don't have to go outside, don't stay inside. That's how bad it is in the DC area right now. Whether you live in Maryland or Virginia, Northern Virginia, um, in Pennsylvania, Philly, Jersey, New York, if they're under a cold purple right now, which means it's unhealthy conditions. And already some people in the media are saying they want the citizens to stay inside because you have, especially if you have health problems, that is not a good thing. It's not good to go outside at the moment, not right now. So it's been reports now that with this Canadian wildfire, all this orange haze that's hitting New York yesterday is hitting DMV today. Possibly going to hit central Southern Virginia to North Carolina tomorrow. This is a huge event that we're facing right now, guys. Ain't playing around. This is this is serious. And if you live in the if you live in the East Coast, if you live in New York, if you live in Jersey, Philly, DMV, and central Southern Virginia, like Richmond, parts of all parts of Virginia and parts of North Carolina, my advice is to stay inside. Don't go outside until everything's clear. Because the way it is right now, this is not safe going outside if a person who has health problems. And if you under a cold purple, that is totally not good. Totally not good. Because here in New Mexico, we're used to stuff like this because we've been having wildfires from California, from Arizona, and sometimes Montana. We've been having a lot of wildfires, and we've been getting orange skies here. So we used to this. But for those of you that live in New York, Jersey, Philly, DC, Northern, and all parts of Virginia, they're not used to nothing like this. They're not. They're not used to this. So this is very a concern right now, especially if you have a wildfire in Canada that reaches from Ottawa, some suburban part of Ottawa, Canada, to basically Niagara Falls, to Buffalo, New York, all the way down. This isn't good. And I just want people that live in the East Coast to stay safe, stay inside. If you have food in the house, if you have water in the house, that's good for those of you that live in New York, D.C., Philly, Virginia. Because to me right now, my family, my friends, they said themselves that they can't even go outside. They can't even use an air conditioning vent because they fear that all that stuff from the outside will go through the vents. And this is not good. This is really not good, guys. So I want you guys to stay in. If you live in the East Coast, please stay inside. Do not go out anywhere. If you decided to order on Uber Eats or anything like that, because this is not safe going out anywhere right now. Especially if y'all under a cold purple. That's totally not good. It's not good. I'll tell anybody that if again, like, stay prayer up. It's 2 p.m. in the East Coast right now. It's 2 p.m. in the East Coast. So I just want you guys to stay up, stay hydrated. Make sure you have food in the house. If you do decide to go outside, I'm just saying hypothetically, if you have to go outside, make sure you wear a proper mask because all the particles is from the Canadian wildfires. It ain't no joke, guys. And I know a lot of people in the East Coast ain't used to stuff like this. I know they're not. So this is important for people. If y'all do decide to go out, make sure you hydrate it and always wear a proper mask because that's important. It's gonna keep you, especially if you have health problems. It's gonna keep you from inhaling this stuff. So again, if y'all just joining in, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my live on this special report of the situation in the East Coast. That because like New York City alone yesterday, it's turning orange. It was an orange haze. It was so bad that people couldn't even go outside. Now it's spreading from New York to Jersey, Jersey to Philly, and now Philly to the DMV today. And there's been reports that it's going to be spread from DMV to all parts from the middle part of Virginia, the southern part of Virginia, and possibly all the way through the Carolinas. So I want you guys, if that's the case, please, if you watch me for the first time, that lives in the East Coast, please stay in the house. Make sure you have food in the house. Make sure you have if it's water, any liquids to keep you hydrated, because that's what you need to stay hydrated, stay up. Because again, here in New Mexico, we used to all this. We used to all these wildfires, and I even reported on my live stream once showing you the wildfire that came from California all the way to here, or Arizona wildfire, or even the Montana wildfire coming here, and we see these orange skies. So it's nothing new here in New Mexico. But if you live in the East Coast, I'm gonna tell you like this: you live in the East Coast, you obviously, basically, it's like I mean, you can't adjust that in the East Coast. Um, So Stevie J said that damn forest fire that big, huh? They're full of. But I'm being honest. I mean, seriously, all some real stuff. This ain't no joke. It's not a joke at all. People in the East Coast ain't used to stuff like this. But here in New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, we used to it because we've been. This is the season of all the wildfire. It's a wildfire season here, so we've been used to all of this. But if you live in the East Coast like New York, D.C., Philly, they're not used to stuff like this. They're not. But yeah, on some real stuff though, yeah, please, if you live in the East Coast, please stay safe. Don't go outside unless you have to. Don't, I mean, make sure you hydrated. Make sure you eat proper foods, because this ain't no joke. And I know that I experienced none of this before, but this isn't a joke. You got to keep yourself. I mean, you got to keep yourself healthy at all times. At all times. So what we're seeing right now, that this is a very serious event that's going on in the East Coast. Yeah, Queen, I know. Yes, Queen, I know who I am. It's called Purple in all in the DMV, not just Northern Virginia, DC, and Maryland. All of them are under a cold purple right now. So there's been talk that it could spread all the way down to Central and Southern Virginia, possibly in the Carolinas. This is how huge this event is. So if anybody lives in Central, Southern Virginia, and that lives in the Carolinas, please be on the lookout and stay inside. Just stay inside. Make sure you well hydrated or have food in the house. Just stay inside, because this event ain't no joke. If you're dealing with wildfires, it's spread. No, it's not. It is not a joke at all. Yeah, because I heard about that. They're canceling events. Basically, they're canceling events if it's under a cold purple. If it's under the cold purple, this is definitely not good. Please stay inside your place. Don't go anywhere unless you have to. And even if you have to go, always wear a proper mask to prevent from inhaling this stuff. It's basically it's poisoning air, and this is basically not over yet, because again, New York's still dealing with this. It's still coming down from New York, from New York, New Jersey, Philly, DMV, and coming soon to a place near you. It's Central Southern Virginia and possibly the Carolinas. This ain't no joke. Um, They said, Queen, I know who I am, says, why aren't Canada asking other countries for help to put the fires out? Well, basically, that's another question. That's a good question, because if there has some serious issues up there, like in Ottawa, like in Windsor, that part of Windsor, Ontario, with that part of Canada, to to take care of the fire issue, they should have other countries to send out all the other places here in the States, like from New Mexico, Arizona, that can deal with, or California, that can deal with stuff like this. That's one thing I don't understand myself. It doesn't make it just really doesn't make any sense that the wildfires are still going on, and y'all can't do anything to contain it right now. Queen, I know who I am. It's like saying my my brother closed his barbershop early today. He's in New York State. Yeah, and I'm telling you right now, if y'all not familiar with wildfires, it's definitely gonna affect some states. I'm gonna let you know that right now, because here in New Mexico, when the California wildfire happened, it affects us. We get orange skies and wind, unhealthy air with this wind blowing back and forth. It's not good, because you're dealing with California, sometimes Arizona, Montana, possibly Nevada. So we used to stuff like this. People that lives in the East Coast, y'all never deal with stuff like that until now. So if y'all have to go, again, make sure you wear a proper mask and make sure you hydrate. That's very important. If you decide to go outside, my advice is stay inside. But if you have to go, make sure you're hydrated and make sure you wear a proper mask, because that's going to help you not inhaling this stuff from, because it's going to affect your lungs or all your other health problems. It says it's raining here in Virginia, so that's helping. So yeah, yeah, you're right. The rain definitely will help, but it was gonna help a little bit, but not a lot. Jose Gomez, what's good, brother? How you been? Welcome to my live. Um, but the fumes, yeah, it's gonna help the fumes a little bit, but it's not gonna help much because all that stuff's still gonna come down. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said before, if you live in the East Coast, make sure you stay hydrated. That's number one. Number two, if you do have to go out, always wear a proper mask. And another thing, if you have fans, if you hot, turn on your fan. Don't turn on air conditioning because the stuff from the outside can easily get in your vent. It's gonna affect you even more if you turn on the air conditioning. So make sure if you have a fan at home, like one of those fans, it's okay. You can turn it on to keep yourself cool, whatever. So I just want to keep you guys safe right now, because right now, I mean, if you live in the East Coast, you're not familiar with all of this. It's really gonna affect you in the long run. Trust me. Queen, I don't know who I am. Said, what's next for us in Babylon? Who knows? Any other event's gonna happen that we don't know nothing about. If it's aliens flying around, that's not a surprise. Um, she said, Queen, I know who I am. Says clean air. They said it's okay. Clean air is okay, but make sure it's always filtered. I'm just making sure everything's filtered if you're using clear central air. Um, you said I'm running my air cleaner. Okay, that's good. Make sure all the filters is clean, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I just want you guys to stay safe right now because, again, people in the East Coast is really hurting, and they're not used to stuff like this. So just as long as you stay healthy, as long as you drink plenty of water, you'll be fine. I think that sonic boom was a UFO the Air Force blew up. Wow, really? It's crazy, yo. Yeah, I love you guys. I just want you guys to stay safe. Where I mean, especially if you live in the East Coast. Believe me, I've been living in the DMV for 24 years. We experienced everything when I used to live there, and I mean, after all the stuff we've been through, we never been experiencing stuff like this. Not when it comes to the wildfires. I'm telling you. Well, it's not a surprise, Queen. I know who I am. She says that planet Earth is under attack. NASA hiding secrets about it. Them talking about the aliens. I'm not surprised at all. Nothing surprised when it comes to this. Nothing surprised me. Well, yeah, DC is a main. Yeah, it's always going to be a main target of any terrorist attacks, no matter what it is. So we've been through 9/11. So yeah, there's always going to be a target. Same as New York. We've been through New York and DMV. Well, yeah, at least DC. We've been through the 9/11 attack. So there's always going to be a terrorist attack targeting in these major cities like DC and New York and possibly Chicago, possibly LA. But we never experienced. If you live in the East Coast, any person that lives in the East Coast or used to live in the East Coast would have told you we have never experienced anything that deals with wildfires or stuff coming down from the wildfires. We never experienced none of this at all. And so, a lot of people want to know is Lions Den, how's your family and friends? They're doing okay. Um, Basically, my friends basically saying that one of my friends right now saying that they have to wear. So one of them had to wear a mask when they go out now. The other one said they will stay inside. They was about to go to a grocery store, but they decided to stay inside instead because of the situation of that orange haze. Of course, my mother, she's doing okay. She's basically saying that she's not using the vent, no air conditioning vent, because the stuff outside will easily go to your air conditioning vent. It's going to affect your health in there. So, but other than that, my family, friends, they're okay. They're just fine. But yeah, if you live in New York, in New York, Buffalo, New York City, uh, in New Jersey, Philly, DMV, northern, central, and southern Virginias, and possibly in the Carolinas, y'all need to be aware that this is coming to your neck of the woods pretty soon, probably tomorrow. This is basically an event that you need to be aware of, because if it happens here in the Southwest or the West Coast, it will definitely happen in the East. I mean, y'all not experiencing anything like this, so I'm just letting you know right now that my advice is to stay inside. If you don't have to go out, unless you go to work, if you don't have to go out, then don't go nowhere. Just stay where you are. It's the CDC will be releasing the zombies on us soon, like they said a few years ago. And then anything can go down here in America. None surprised me. None surprised me anymore. But y'all, just if you again, just stay safe. Make sure you be hydrated because it's gonna get crazy. And if you're dealing with, I mean, here like I said, here in the West Coast, in the Southwest, or you live in like around where I live at, New Mexico, Vegas, Montana, all these places, we dealt with that. We always deal with stuff like this because we always see orange. I mean, I even show you all the wildfires or the smoke that coming from the mountains, and I show you that on one of my live streams the other day. But the people that live in the East Coast, y'all never deal with stuff like this. We do, because you're dealing with the California wildfires, Arizona wildfires, Montana wildfires, sometimes Nevada wildfires that comes here, and you see the smoke and all that inhalation and unhealthy stuff. We dealing with stuff like that. You guys don't. Hackenstein KT, yes, it's a color purple, a cold purple, which means it's very unhealthy. It's worse than cold red. When you dealing with a cold purple, that means it's very unhealthy. It's not good to go outside at all. It's not good to go outside. So I'm letting you guys know right now, please stay inside. Drink plenty of water. If you have to go outside, I mean, if you got to go to work and stuff, make sure you wear a mask, a proper mask. One of them that deals with inhaling. All the proper masks. Don't wear just any other mask like we did with COVID and nothing like that. Just get like a one new mask that has these inhaling pockets that you can breathe better. So that's all I can tell you right now. Make sure you get one of them masks. They have they healing thing that you can breathe better. Yes, a medically approved mask, definitely. You exactly, Queen. I know who I am. One of them masks, one of them masks, they had that one of them thing that you can breathe out. One of the little things you can breathe out, and you'll be okay. You'll be all right. Yes, the N95. Thank you, Hexine KT. Yes, the N95 mask. They got the little thing. They had the oxygen. You can breathe out of it. That's all you guys need right now is the one of N95 masks or KN95 masks that you can breathe in and out, like one of them Chinese people has the N95 mask. Like we all like we wear on. We had COVID, or we had the coronavirus going around. That is important. Those are more good masks to wear. Just wear that. Do not wear any other mask like the hospital mask. That's not good to wear. That's not good to wear. Make sure you have the N95 mask or the KN95 mask that we always when we go out when COVID was going on. Make sure you do that. As long as you have them N95 masks or KN95 masks, you're fine. But yeah, I won't be long on this live stream. I'm just keep you informed of what's going on right now. That's dealing with the Orange Haze. They're dealing with the Canadian wildfires that spread spread from from the orange air from New York all the way to the East Coast corridor. And again, if you live in central Southern Virginia's, and also, if you live in the Carolinas, y'all need to be prepared because it may affect you guys tomorrow or Saturday, depending on how fast this stuff is. Now, now again, like we don't know what's going on in Canadian wildfires. Hopefully, it may the Canadian may contain the wildfires. We don't know, but if it continues, then yes, Central, Southern Virginians, and the Carolinas, y'all might be effective next with that orange haze. So y'all need to be prepared for that. But y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm just gonna keep you informed of what's going on. I love you guys. Stay safe and again, follow the instructions. Make sure you have an N95 medically mask or KN95 medically mask, the same mask that we use. We will go outside for COVID. Make sure you use that. Also, drink plenty of water. Drink lots of fluids. If you have food in the house, that's even better. Make sure you eat a lot of healthy foods, and you'll be okay. But yes, I gotta go right now because a lot of stuff going on. But I love you guys. Stay safe and keep me informed. If you have any information, make sure you type the comment section below of if you have any updates of your area where you are. If you live in the East Coast, keep me posted on any developments or anything. I might do another video on that. But yo, all I do is just stay safe and keep me informed. All right, take care, guys. Love y'all and stay safe. And stay pray up that you live in the East Coast. Take care. I'm out. Deuces.